Did you know Japan has the lowest rates of high blood pressure among developed nations? While over 120 million Americans struggle with hypertension, spending billions on medications with side effects like dizziness, fatigue, and memory problems, the Japanese have discovered something far more powerful. It's not exotic superfoods or expensive treatments. It's not even about restricting salt or counting calories obsessively. When researchers from Johns Hopkins and the University of Tokyo studied thousands of Japanese adults over 50, many with perfect blood pressure readings, well into their 80s and 90s, some even at 100 years old, with the cardiovascular health of someone decades younger, they uncovered something remarkable. It wasn't medication, it wasn't genetics, it wasn't luck. The secret was hiding in 6 simple daily habits, so effortless and so natural that Western doctors initially overlooked them as too basic to work, too gentle to make a real difference, until blood pressure monitors, vascular studies, arterial imaging, and heart rate variability tests revealed a completely different story. And here's what shocked them most. One of these habits, practiced for just 90 seconds twice a day, was linked to an average drop of 12 points in systolic pressure within 8 weeks, with some participants seeing results in as little as 10 days. No side effects, no prescriptions, just breath and intention. So if you're over 50 and dealing with rising blood pressure, stubborn, readings that won't budge no matter what you try, or worried about starting medication and dealing with all the side effects that come with it, stay with me. You're about to discover 6 ancient Japanese habits that could help you lower your blood pressure naturally, without pills, without extreme restrictions, and without the constant worry that comes from watching those numbers creep higher year after year. These aren't trendy biohacks. They're time-tested practices backed by decades of research, and they work because they address the root causes of high blood pressure, chronic stress, inflammation, and vascular dysfunction, not just the symptoms. Before we dive in, if you're serious about taking control of your health naturally, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We're sharing evidence-based health secrets like this every week, strategies that actually work, backed by science and real results. And you won't want to miss what's coming next. We've got videos on natural diabetes management, inflammation reduction, cognitive health, and so much more. Now let's get into it. Number 6, Shinrin-yoku, forest air breathing that heals your cardiovascular system. Forget everything you know about managing blood pressure through diet alone. This isn't about what you eat or how many steps you take. This is about what you breathe, where you breathe it, and how you breathe it. Shinrin-yoku, or forest bathing, is a practice where Japanese elders spend 20 to 30 minutes in nature, not hiking with intensity, not exercising for cardiovascular benefit, just being present among trees, breathing deeply and slowly, absorbing the environment without agenda or distraction. And the science behind it is absolutely staggering. A 15-year longitudinal study from Chiba University tracked over 5,000 adults with elevated blood pressure, all between the ages of 50 and 75. Those who practiced Shinrin-yoku 3 times per week, just 20 minutes per session, saw an average reduction of 14 points systolic and 9 points diastolic within 12 weeks, with cardiovascular effects lasting for hours after each session and cumulative benefits building over time. Some participants were able to reduce their medication dosage under medical supervision, and many reported feeling calmer, sleeping better, and experiencing less anxiety around their health. But here's what makes it work at a biological level. Trees release phytoncides, natural organic compounds that are part of the tree's defense system against bacteria and insects. When you breathe these compounds, something remarkable happens in your body. They lower cortisol dramatically, your stress hormone, which is one of the biggest drivers of chronic high blood pressure. Cortisol constricts blood vessels, increases heart rate, and keeps your body in a state of fight or flight. When you breathe forest air slowly and deeply, inhaling for 4 counts, holding for 4, exhaling for 6. You activate your parasympathetic nervous system, the part of your autonomic system that tells your blood vessels to relax, your heart rate to slow down, and your body to shift into rest and digest mode. This isn't placebo. Brain scans show reduced activity in the prefrontal cortex, the area associated with rumination and worry, and increased activity in areas tied to calm and emotional regulation. Blood tests show drops in adrenaline, noradrenaline, and inflammatory markers like IL-6 and TNF-alpha, all of which contribute to vascular inflammation and stiffness. You don't need a pristine forest or a mountain retreat. A park with mature trees works beautifully. Even sitting near indoor plants while practicing deep breathing has shown measurable effects in smaller studies, though outdoor exposure is significantly more powerful. The key is consistency, presence, and deliberate breathing. This isn't a walk where you're thinking about your to-do list or listening to a podcast. This is intentional immersion. Tip: go early morning between 6 and 9 a.m. when phytoncide levels are highest and the air is crisp. Leave your phone in the car or on silent in your pocket. Don't take photos. Don't check the time. Just breathe, observe the colors, listen to the rustling leaves, feel the temperature on your skin, and let your nervous system recalibrate naturally. If you have a park nearby, make this your morning ritual 3 times a week. If not, even twice a week shows benefits. This isn't just fresh air. This is nature's pharmacy. It's free, it's powerful, and it's waiting for you. Number 5, Hara Hachi Bu, the 80% rule that protects your heart and resets your metabolism. Walk into any traditional Japanese home at dinner time and you'll notice something unusual, something that feels almost countercultural in a world obsessed with big portions and second servings. The portions are small, the pace is slow, often deliberate, and they stop eating before they feel full. It's called Hara Hachi Bu, a Confucian teaching that translates to eat until you're 80% satisfied. And it's one of the most powerful habits for blood pressure control that almost no one in the West practices or even understands. In Okinawa, the Japanese island known as the Land of Immortals, where this principle is considered sacred and taught to children from a young age, researchers found that people who practice Hara Hachi Bu daily have systolic blood pressure averaging 15 to 18 points lower than their Western counterparts of the same age and similar genetics. Their arteries remain flexible well into their 80s and 90s, their hearts work less and pump more efficiently, and their risk of stroke drops by nearly 40% compared to populations that eat to fullness. Why does it work? Because overeating, even healthy food, even nutrient-dense meals, spikes insulin levels, triggers systemic inflammation, and forces your heart to pump harder to support digestion. When you eat to 80%, your body stays in a calm, efficient metabolic state. Blood vessels relax and dilate naturally, digestion is smoother and less taxing, and your cardiovascular system doesn't go into overdrive trying to process excess food volume. There's also a profound effect on weight management. People who practice Hara Hachi Bu naturally maintain a healthy weight without calorie counting or restrictive diets, and we know that even a 5 to 10 pound reduction in body weight can lower blood pressure by 5 to 10 points in many individuals. But this isn't about deprivation or hunger, it's about recalibrating your relationship with fullness. In the West, we've been conditioned to eat until we feel stuffed, until our stomach signals discomfort. But satiation, true satisfaction, happens at 80%, and it takes about 20 minutes for your brain to register that signal. Here's how to practice it starting today. Eat slowly, and I mean really slowly. Put your fork down between bites. Chew each bite thoroughly, at least 20 to 30 times. This isn't just for digestion, it gives your brain time to catch up with your stomach. Pause halfway through your meal, drink some water or tea, take 3 deep breaths. Ask yourself, am I still hungry, or just eating out of habit, distraction, or because food is still on my plate? Stop when you feel satisfied but could eat a bit more. That slight space, that's your 80%, and that's where the magic happens. Tip: use smaller plates and bowls, ideally 8 to 10 inches in diameter instead of the standard 12-inch dinner plates common in the US. Visual cues matter tremendously. A full, small plate feels more satisfying to your brain than a half-full large one, and it naturally guides you toward that 80% sweet spot without you having to think about it. Serve your food in the kitchen, not family style at the table where second servings are too easy. Make it intentional if you go back for more. This isn't dieting, this isn't restriction. This is listening to your body the way the Japanese have for centuries, honoring the signals of satisfaction rather than fullness, and your blood pressure, your heart, and your waistline will thank you for it. Number 4, daily green tea ritual, the calm that heals your vessels and protects your brain. In Japan, drinking green tea isn't just a beverage choice or a caffeine fix. It's a meditative ritual practiced multiple times a day, often in silence or quiet conversation, with intention, presence, and deep respect for the process. And the cardiovascular benefits are nothing short of extraordinary when you look at the research. A landmark study from Tohoku University followed over 40,000 adults for 11 years, tracking their tea consumption, blood pressure, cardiovascular events, and mortality. Those who drank 3 to 5 cups of green tea daily had a 26% lower risk of cardiovascular death, significantly lower blood pressure readings with systolic levels averaging 8 to 10 points lower than non-tea drinkers, and a remarkable reduction in arterial stiffness, one of the key markers of vascular aging. The secret lies in a compound called EGCG, epigallocatechin gallate, a powerful antioxidant and polyphenol that does something remarkable to your blood vessels. It relaxes blood vessel walls by increasing nitric oxide production, the molecule that signals vessels to dilate. It improves endothelial function, the health of the inner lining of your arteries, which is critical for blood pressure regulation. It reduces arterial stiffness by protecting elastin and collagen fibers from oxidative damage, and it lowers inflammation markers throughout the cardiovascular system. But here's the key that most people miss. It's not just the tea itself, it's how they drink it. The Japanese prepare it mindfully, heating water to the perfect temperature, steeping it for exactly the right amount of time, pouring it into a small cup, and sipping slowly, breathing between sips, turning it into a 10 to 15-minute pause that lowers cortisol, reduces sympathetic nervous system activation, and brings the entire body into parasympathetic balance. This ritual aspect, the slowing down, the intentionality, the break from stress, compounds the biochemical benefits of the tea itself. Studies show that drinking green tea quickly while multitasking provides some benefit, but drinking it as a ritual, sitting down, breathing, savoring, amplifies the cardiovascular effects significantly. Tip: brew green tea at 160 to 175 degrees Fahrenheit, not boiling water, which destroys the delicate catechins and makes it bitter. Steep for 2 to 3 minutes, no more. Drink it warm without sugar, honey, or milk, which can interfere with antioxidant absorption. Make it a ritual, not a rush. Sit down at a table or in a comfortable chair. Turn off your phone. Breathe deeply as you sip. Let your shoulders drop. Feel the warmth of the cup in your hands. This is medicine, and when practiced daily, it becomes one of the simplest, most enjoyable ways to protect your heart, lower your pressure naturally, and create pockets of peace in your day. If you're sensitive to caffeine, try it earlier in the day or choose a lower caffeine variety like bancha or genmaicha. The ritual matters as much as the tea itself. Number 3. Walking meditation, mindful steps that reset your cardiovascular system and calm your mind. Most people walk for exercise, tracking steps on their watch, burning calories, moving fast to get somewhere or hit a goal. But in Japan, elders walk differently. They walk with intention, at a slow, steady pace, syncing their breath with their steps, feeling their feet make contact with the ground, observing their surroundings without judgment, and the impact on blood pressure is profound and well documented. A 10-year study from Kyoto Prefectural University found that seniors who practiced walking meditation for just 20 minutes daily, not brisk walking, not power walking, but slow, intentional, breath-synchronized walking, had 18% lower systolic blood pressure, improved vascular flexibility, measured through pulse wave velocity tests, significantly reduced risk of hypertensive crises and cardiovascular events, and better emotional regulation and stress resilience. Here's the technique, and it's simpler than you think but requires practice to get into the rhythm. Walk at half your normal pace, maybe even slower. This isn't about distance or speed. Inhale deeply through your nose for 3 steps, feeling your belly expand. Hold gently for 2 steps. Exhale slowly through your mouth or nose for 4 steps, pulling your belly in slightly. Keep your gaze soft, focused a few feet ahead, not darting around. Shoulders relaxed, arms swinging naturally, mind focused only on the rhythm of breath and movement. When thoughts arise, and they will, just notice them and return to counting your steps and breath. This combination does something remarkable to your autonomic nervous system. It activates the vagus nerve, the master regulator of your parasympathetic system, the rest and digest mode that directly signals your blood vessels to dilate, your heart to slow, and your blood pressure to drop. It's like a moving meditation that sends a continuous relaxation signal throughout your entire body. You won't break a sweat. Your heart rate might barely elevate, but your body will respond as if you just did 30 minutes of deep relaxation therapy. Studies using heart rate variability. Monitors show that walking meditation increases HRV, a key indicator of cardiovascular health and resilience, more effectively than regular walking at the same duration. Tip: practice on natural surfaces whenever possible: grass, dirt paths, sand, gravel. The slight instability and varied texture engages stabilizer muscles in your feet and ankles and enhances the calming effect on your nervous system. No headphones, no music, no podcasts, no distractions, just you, your breath, and the ground beneath you. If you live in an urban area, find a quiet park, or even walk slowly around your backyard or neighborhood during off-peak hours. The key is removing stimulation and turning inward. Start with just 10 minutes if 20 feels too long. You can do this in the morning to set a calm tone for your day, or in the evening to decompress and lower your pressure before bed. This isn't cardio. This is cardiovascular meditation, and it works because it treats the root cause of high blood pressure in so many people: chronic stress and sympathetic nervous system overdrive, not just the symptoms. Number 2, contrast bathing. The hot and cold secret to flexible arteries and resilient vessels. In traditional Japanese homes, bathing isn't just about getting clean or unwinding after a long day. It's a daily therapy, a form of vascular training that alternates between hot and cold water, a practice called koyo to suyo, and it's been used for centuries to keep blood vessels flexible, blood pressure stable, and circulation strong, even into old age. Modern research is now catching up to what the Japanese have known intuitively for generations. A study from the University of Tsukuba found that people who practiced contrast bathing 3 to 4 times per week had measurably improved arterial elasticity, lower resting blood pressure, both systolic and diastolic, better circulation especially in the extremities and periphery, and improved endothelial function, the ability of blood vessel walls to dilate and constrict appropriately in response to demand. Here's why it works at a physiological level. Hot water, around 100 to 104 degrees Fahrenheit, causes blood vessels to dilate, vasodilation, which increases blood flow throughout the body, relaxes vessel walls and smooth muscle, and reduces peripheral resistance, the force your heart has to work against. Cold water, around 50 to 65 degrees Fahrenheit, causes blood vessels to constrict, vasoconstriction, which strengthens the vascular walls, improves their tone and responsiveness, and trains them to adapt quickly to changing demands. This back and forth, this oscillation between dilation and constriction, trains your cardiovascular system to be adaptable and resilient, keeping arteries flexible instead of stiff, which is absolutely critical for maintaining healthy blood pressure as you age. Stiff arteries can't absorb the force of each heartbeat, so pressure rises. Flexible arteries act like shock absorbers, keeping pressure stable. Contrast bathing is like a gym workout for your blood vessels without the stress on your joints or the time commitment. Here's how to do it safely and effectively. Start with a warm shower, not scalding, for 3 minutes, letting your body fully warm up and relax. Switch to cool water, not ice cold unless you're experienced, for 30 seconds, focusing the spray on your legs, arms and torso. Repeat this cycle 2 to 3 times, always ending on cool water to leave your vessels in a slightly constricted, toned state. If you have a bathtub, you can soak in warm water for 10 minutes, then finish with a cool rinse, or even step into a cool foot bath for contrast. The Japanese often end with a cold towel pressed to the back of the neck and wrists, areas rich in blood vessels. Tip: start gradually if this feels intense or uncomfortable. If full contrast feels too much, just end your regular shower with 20 seconds of cooler water and build from there over days and weeks. Always check with your doctor first if you have any heart conditions, severe hypertension, or a history of arrhythmia, as rapid temperature changes can be contraindicated in some cases. Listen to your body. If you feel dizzy, lightheaded, or uncomfortable, stop and return to warm water. This practice should feel invigorating, not distressing. Done correctly, you'll feel awake, energized, and calm all at once. This isn't just bathing. This is vascular training, a daily reset that keeps your circulatory system young, responsive, resilient, and capable of maintaining healthy pressure for decades. Number 1, abdominal breathing, the 90-second reset that drops your pressure instantly and rewires your nervous system. This final habit might be the most powerful of all, and it's certainly the most immediate in its effects. It's called Fukushiki Kokyu, deep abdominal breathing, and it's practiced by millions of Japanese daily, often first thing in the morning, to set the tone for the day and again before bed, to prepare for restorative sleep. And the results are not just significant, they're immediate and measurable. In a groundbreaking study from Juntendo University, participants with stage 1 hypertension, systolic between 130 and 139, or diastolic between 80 and 89, practiced abdominal breathing for just 90 seconds twice a day, once in the morning and once in the evening. Within 8 weeks, their average systolic blood pressure dropped by 12 points, diastolic by 7 points, and their heart rate variability, a key marker of cardiovascular health and resilience, improved by over 30%. Many participants reported feeling less anxious, sleeping better, and experiencing fewer stress-related symptoms like headaches and tension. Here's the technique, and it's deceptively simple, but requires focus and consistency. Sit comfortably in a chair with your feet flat on the ground, or lie on your back with your knees bent. Place one hand on your chest and one hand on your belly, just below your ribcage. Inhale slowly and deeply through your nose for a count of 4, letting only your belly rise and expand, not your chest. Your chest hand should stay relatively still. Hold that breath gently for 4 counts. Don't strain, just pause. Exhale slowly through your mouth for 6 counts, pulling your belly in gently toward your spine, emptying your lungs completely. Repeat this cycle for 90 seconds, which is about 6 to 8 full breath cycles depending on your pace. This activates the vagus nerve more powerfully than almost any other single intervention. The vagus nerve is the main communication highway between your brain and your heart, lungs, and digestive system. When you breathe deeply and slowly, especially with a longer exhale than inhale, you send a direct signal to your brainstem to lower blood pressure, slow your heart rate, reduce cortisol and adrenaline, and shift your entire body into rest and repair mode. Japanese doctors often call this the reset button because it works almost instantly. Blood pressure monitors show drops of 5 to 10 points within minutes of practice in many people, and the effects compound over time. After weeks of consistent practice, your baseline blood pressure, your resting pressure, begins to drop because you're retraining your nervous system to default to calm instead of stress. Tip: do this right after waking, even before you get out of bed, and right before sleep, after you've turned off screens and lights. These are the times when your nervous system is most receptive and neuroplastic, meaning it's most open to change. You'll notice better sleep quality, calmer mornings, more stable energy, and steady pressure throughout the day. Set a gentle alarm or reminder on your phone if you need help building the habit. No equipment, no cost, no side effects, just breath, just 90 seconds twice a day, and it could fundamentally change your cardiovascular health. If you want to go deeper, extend the practice to 3 or 5 minutes once you're comfortable. The benefits scale with consistency. Safety first, start where you are, and progress intelligently. If you're dealing with uncontrolled high blood pressure, joint pain, balance issues, past injuries, or simply haven't moved much or practiced breathwork in years, don't worry and don't feel discouraged. You're not behind. You're not too late. You're just getting started, and that matters more than anything. These habits aren't about perfection or proving something. They're about consistency, intention, and meeting your body where it is today. Here are a few essential tips to stay safe and progress intelligently. Always practice movements like walking meditation or contrast bathing near a wall, countertop, or sturdy chair for support if you feel unsteady. Start with the gentlest versions first, shorter durations, warmer temperatures, slower paces. For contrast, bathing, begin with just a cool rinse for 10 seconds and build gradually. For walking, meditation, start with 5 minutes and increase slowly. For abdominal breathing, even 30 seconds is beneficial if 90 feels too long initially. Listen to your body with full attention. Discomfort that feels like gentle stretching or mild challenge is okay. Pain, dizziness, sharp sensations, or breathlessness are signals to stop and modify. And most importantly, talk to your doctor or cardiologist before starting any new habits, especially if you're on blood pressure medication, have a history of heart disease, or are managing other chronic conditions. Some of these practices, especially contrast bathing and deep breathing, can lower blood pressure significantly, and your medication may need adjustment under medical supervision. You want your doctor as a partner in this process, because aging well and managing blood pressure isn't about pushing hard or doing everything perfectly. It's about moving smart, breathing deeply, and making small, sustainable changes every single day that compound into extraordinary results over time. The choice to lower your blood pressure naturally starts today, not tomorrow. You don't need to move to Japan to benefit from these habits. You don't need perfect discipline or ideal circumstances. You just need to move with intention, breathe with purpose, eat with awareness, and give your body the conditions it needs to heal and regulate itself naturally. What you've learned today isn't a quick fix or a hack. It's not a fad that will disappear next year. It's a lifestyle rooted in centuries of wisdom, refined over generations and now validated by rigorous modern science from institutions around the world. These 6 habits take less than an hour combined each day, and most can be woven seamlessly into routines you already have. Morning shower becomes contrast bathing, afternoon walk becomes walking meditation, evening tea becomes a ritual. What they do require is a shift in mindset, from fighting your body to working with it, from quick fixes to long-term harmony, and from fear of your numbers to confidence in your daily practices. And here's the truth that the Japanese understand deeply. They aren't doing these things to avoid medication or to live forever. They do them because they work, because they honor the body's natural rhythms, because they bring peace and presence into daily life, and because they want to live fully, not just longer. Quality over quantity, vitality over survival, independence over dependence. You can start today, right now. Pick one habit, just one, and commit to it for 2 weeks. Don't try to do all 6 at once. Build slowly. Master one, then add another. That single choice, that one habit practiced consistently, could ripple into lower numbers, better energy, deeper sleep, less anxiety, and a heart that beats with ease instead of strain. Now, I'd love to hear from you, and I really mean this. Which of these habits resonated most deeply? Which one feels doable today? Have you tried any before? Or are you starting completely fresh? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single one, and your story might be exactly what someone else needs to hear to take that first step. Because managing blood pressure isn't something you survive or endure. It's something you master, one breath, one habit, one intentional choice at a time. And if this video helped you, if you learned something valuable, hit that like button and share it with someone you care about who's struggling with their blood pressure. Let's spread this knowledge. Let's help more people take back control of their health naturally. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.